Go.
Hello and welcome back to FTLG Marathon. Next up, we have Cricket playing some Spongebob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom any percent. Cricket, take it away.
Thanks, CT. Alright, so I say we get right into it. Are you ready to start the timer?
I am ready to start the timer.
Alright, then let's start in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so it's Battle for Bikini Bottom, playing on an original Xbox. By the way, my capture card has the tendency to freeze randomly, so if that happens, please let me know right away so I can fix it. But yeah, let's just hope that doesn't happen this run. We just ran through the pineapple, collected some money, and the first spatula. So this is any percent, meaning we just need to collect 75 spatulas and then defeat the final boss. And basically by any means necessary besides in-game cheats. Because cheat percent takes like 2 minutes, and that's not very interesting. Alright, first thing we're doing here is this little setup to enter the first level, and what it does is it makes it so this hand is on screen while we load into the next level, and that disables the hand, which normally grabs us when we go out of bounds, but now that it's disabled, we can just go out of bounds. Also, thank you for all the good luck in chat, I appreciate it. But yeah, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to jump into this pit here, which normally you wouldn't be able to do because of the hand. Yeah, you're meant to, like... I missed the spatula. Alright, that's a fantastic start. You're meant to go up there and do like a little bungee mini game. Not gonna miss it this time. How did... Okay, this is like the worst run I've ever done. This is not hard. I'm just padding the time. There we go. Alright, what that does is not only do we get a spatula, but it also unlocks the warp. So, like, there's this warp menu where you can warp to all the tasks, and normally, you know, in a casual playthrough, you're supposed to unlock the task and then collect the spatula. But if you collect the spatula before unlocking the task, you still get the warp, and we're going to abuse that quite a lot, because it lets you just sequence break a lot of the levels. Alright, coming up is hammer skip. This one can be kind of tricky. I'm going to use this hammer robot to get up this wall here. And I hit an invisible checkpoint there, so by drowning, I respawn up here. Now, I'm gonna take a little slide here and collect some socks. And the socks are like the sort of secondary collectible in this game. You know, primary is spatulas and socks. If you trade 10 of them with Patrick, you get another spatula. So we're gonna be collecting 20 socks in total. And yeah, hopefully I don't forget any of them.
We have just received a donation
Oh, nice.
from Leo K with 20 pounds with the message, "Thank you so much for having me. Let's hit that 3,000 pounds." Thank
Let's
you,
go.
Leo K, for the donation. Let's go.
Yeah. Please donate, everyone. Also, here's a little damage boost that I missed. Alright, that's fine.
I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready.
There we go. It's a little bit tight, but not that hard. Alright, and that's it for Jellyfish Fields for now. We're gonna come back later in late game.
Hey,
For now we're entering... Well, first we're climbing Squidward's house, which I messed up.
Now I can wear 4 pairs of underwear. This is great.
But yeah, we're heading into downtown Bikini Bottom, which is where my favorite glitch in this game takes place, and we do it multiple times, so I have plenty of time to explain it. It's kind of complicated, but I hope it makes sense.
Downtown.
But first we're gonna grab the sponge ball to roll over here, it's just faster than walking. And then we're gonna do some kind of specific movement here. This cannon shoots sinks, and we want them to hit the tops of these stacks of tikis, because they explode. And by doing, you know, this specific route and movement, you can get them pretty quickly. This one, I'm not sure what it is about this one, but it's kind of inconsistent. I think it's RNG. When in doubt, it's always RNG's fault. Yeah, we get a spatula, and we also got a lot of shiny objects from all those tikis exploding, and we're gonna get some more now. You need 3,000 before we get to the Krusty Krab, because I'm gonna do a spatula duplication, which I don't know why it works, but also a little damage boost here. Okay. Basically, so the other way to obtain spatulas is buying them from Mr. Krabs for shiny objects, and you're supposed to be able to buy 8 spatulas in total. But by doing specific stuff with Mr. Krabs, you can actually buy one of them twice, so a total of 9. And here's my favorite glitch in this game, known as a Spongebob displacement jump. Just gonna let you watch. Hopefully I get it. There we go. So it's a bit technical. But basically there's this stack of tikis that moves up and down as you get closer to it and further away. And by doing the movement I did, you can take that upward momentum and apply it to SpongeBob's jump. And you can essentially, you know, jump all the way up to the sky where you're never meant to be. And we're gonna do it again now, because you can also store this vertical momentum through loads and get these super jumps in any level, which is known as vertical momentum storage, fittingly. Okay. So what I did there, oops, camera. What I did there was I unplugged my controller, which is a really handy strat on Xbox. Normally it's a frame perfect jump, like you have to jump on the first frame of loading into the level. But by unplugging your controller, the game pauses on the first frame that you load in, because it has to be that message that your controller got unplugged. And then by unpausing and jumping on the same frame, you can sort of buffer a frame perfect input. So yeah, what that big jump did is we skipped the first major boss fight in the game, and we're gonna have to do it later anyway, but this just, you know, sequence breaks the game and allows us to collect spatulas in any order we want, basically. So we're gonna do it again now for the second major boss fight. So I just jump and release the sponge ball on top of the tiki. Oops. Unplug the controller. And there we go. I'm really glad I got all 3 of them first try. I did a run earlier today, and I messed it up like 3 times. Alright. Gonna go into the chum bucket now, grab a fast spatula here. This is where the final boss is, you know, there's that door with 75 spatulas. And, unfortunately, there's no known way to get past it without having all those spatulas. Well, you can clip past it, but there's nothing there. So, yeah. Yeah, and the Krusty Krab now, and we just have to kill the robots, which is gonna give us the remaining shiny objects that we need, and then we're gonna duplicate a spatula, which you're not gonna see, like, nothing happens visibly. Just believe me that it happens.
Phew! So that.
Alright. On to SpongeBob's Dream now. This is, you know, casually, this is like the last level in the game. We're already here, and there's some kind of difficult tricks in this level. Oh, okay, well that sucks. These spikes actually all have individual hitboxes, and if you land like in between 2 of them, you get just launched. Don't want to do that. Yeah, that was a little trick known as Super Bounce Skip. It's faster than doing it casually, and it also stops us from having to buy a clam, which would cost a lot of money, and we just have 60 shiny objects right now, so very useful strat. This next one here is called Oil Skip, which I've been having a bit of trouble recently. The big, like... Oh. Okay. That's fine, that's fine. This one's very difficult for beginners to learn, but I hope I'll get it within the first few tries. Nice. Okay. This is like a huge sequence break for this level. You basically go from the start of it to the very end of it. And now we get a spatula in Patrick's amazing dream.
Thank you, Death Star Drive, for the 500 bits. Much
Oh shit.
appreciated.
Yeah, thank you so much. Alright, now we're just doing Sandy's dream. We're gonna fly over to this big nut and gonna jump into an invisible checkpoint. And then we're gonna die and respawn on top of the nut, which skips doing like a 2-minute long slide, I think. Maybe it's even longer, I don't know. I haven't done it casually in so long. There's a faster strat known as Fast Nut, but it's frame perfect, it's really difficult. In general, like, for anything I do in this run, there's almost always a faster strat. This game has so many strats, and so many of them are just insanely difficult.
Sponge here.
Alright, I'm gonna annoy Squidward. We're gonna
I am
jump around in his house and destroy all his stuff, and we're gonna get a spatula and a sock for it. Which I think is very nice of him. Oh, that sucks. No! Okay. Normally you can save some time by overlapping the cutscenes here, but I missed it. Okay, and we're on to the first major boss fight, which is Robo Sandy. And this boss fight, it's very slow. And it is very boring and annoying when doing runs, so if you have some donations or you want to talk about our charity, now is a great time for that.
Most definitely. So, the charity that we're supporting this marathon is called Haven House. It is a children's hospice. Haven House isn't just about end-of-life care. The hospice is often a happy and fun place where young people can live life to full. Haven House is where families feel safe, at home, and where they can spend quality time together, enabling parents to be parents, not caregivers. Care delivery can take place in a variety of settings, including at home and in the hospice. Care and support is provided by specialist nurses, healthcare supporters, workers, counselors, play specialists, music therapists, physiotherapists, and family support workers. So if you have some extra money going around in your wallet, I would suggest possibly donating it to Haven House Children's Hospice through the link !donate gives you.
Yeah, thank you so much, CTD. It's really a great cause and a great event in general. Yeah, nobody saw what happened while you were reading that. Definitely didn't get it. Yeah. This boss fight, the reason why we're doing it is because it unlocks the Bubble Bowl power-up, which is extremely useful for a bunch of glitches that we're gonna do later, including the infamous cruise boosting. But yeah, before the boss fight I was sort of talking about like different strats, and I think one of my favorite things about speedrunning this game is that every runner has like their own route. You know, there's so many strats and like all of them are fasts, and you can sort of pick and choose like which ones you enjoy doing, which ones you're good at, which ones you're not good at, and just make your own run. And it's always fun to see someone else run because you never know like what kind of route they're gonna do.
Wow, I've never seen such an electrifying.
And if you want to run this game, there's a fantastic YouTube tutorial made by the world record holder, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But yeah, we are on to the final phase of this fight. The other major boss fight is thankfully not as boring. This one is, you know, the sort of rock bottom point of this run. Haha, get it? We're gonna go to rock bottom soon. Anyway, that was funny, right?
Very fun.
Oops.
Nice move,
Alright,
my Spongebob.
one more hit.
This match is just about over.
There's some optimizations you can do to make this fight a little bit faster, but it's still just really boring. Anyway, you get to play the game again now. So we're gonna go into Goo Lagoon, which there's a lot happening in this level. So get ready. Alright, so first thing we're gonna do is what's called a sponge glide. And basically we're gonna sequence break the level completely. We're gonna go from the very beginning to the very end, and then play the level backwards. And that allows us to get spatulas really fast. Also a little swag strat here. Okay, well I got the frame perfect jump, but I didn't have enough speed to make it. Okay, got the frame perfect jump there. Alright. Struggling with this a little bit. That looks good. Alright, first try. Now I just gotta do a little strat here to get over to that other island. That's not enough speed. You really don't want to mess this up, because if you do, you have to redo the whole glide. Okay, there we go. Alright, and now we're at the very end of the level. And we're gonna switch to Patrick for another infamous trick that's coming up, known as skee ball abuse. So, first we're gonna kill some robots here. Oh, okay. But yeah, now we're gonna grab some stone tikis, and we're gonna play skee ball, but we're gonna cheat. Essentially, we're gonna lodge the stone tikis inside the skee ball machine, and then the bowling ball is basically gonna go through the skee ball trigger. Well, if it works well, it's gonna go through it on every other frame, which is gonna give us the reward for winning at skee ball. You know, around 30 times per second. What am I doing? So, if I get the setup right, we're gonna get a lot of money from this. And a little warning for headphone users, it does make, well, it makes a noise. Some people love it, some people hate it. I don't think that many people love it. It's a bit aggressive, and I just grew. So, we have any donations? You can read them now while I do this again.
We have not gotten any more donations, but to donate, you can donate through subs, bits, or mainly through the link, through !donate. So if you would like to donate, do !donate, click the link, and spend some money towards a great cause.
Yeah, it really is a great cause. I wish we could just, you know, cheat at skee ball in real life.
In real life, money, infinite money glitch? No way.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I don't just throw it away again. Alright. Now, this is kind of a precise setup. That looks good. Might be a little far to the right, but it looks like it'll be fine. Alright, get ready for the noise. I'm gonna shoot the bowling ball right in there, and hopefully it's gonna generate shiny objects at a frame-perfect rate. Yep, that's looking good. Nice. But yeah, while that's running, we're just gonna collect some other stuff around here. Already have 15k, that's great. We need a total of 40,000 and like a bit more for some toll gates, but to pay all the spatulas from Mr. Krabs, we need roughly 40,000. Yeah, beautiful song. Now we're gonna grab the spatula under the pier. And we have plenty of money. That's great. I'm very happy about that. This trick has not been kind to me recently.
Sorry.
Gonna do... I'm not sure about the cycle. Gonna do a little cutscene skip here. We have to destroy the robot in that tent. And normally, well, the cutscene starts playing, but because I drowned, we don't actually have to watch the cutscene. I think it's like something like 20 seconds. Alright, and now comes the easy part of this level. We're just gonna enter the areas from their, like from their endpoints, which is where the spatulas are. So, again, this is the kind of thing we collect the spatula before getting the objective, and then we can warp to the objective. So, yeah. Kind of interesting how the level design of these levels affects the speedrun, because we have these like huge sequence breaks. Alright. Little strat here. There's an invisible button down here. Oh god, that's never happened to me before. We're just gonna try that again. Certified has never happened before moment. Alright, we're gonna kill this robot so it doesn't annoy us again. If I could... Okay, Jesus. Alright. I'm gonna find the lineup here. And shoot a bowling shot. And hopefully... Yeah, hit the button. These trampolines came up. And... there's a spatula over here I can collect. Normally you're meant to pay a clam for that button to become visible, but you can hit it before it's visible, so no need to spend money. Alright, upcoming is a little fan favorite strat known as umbrella jump. This is like the Spongebob displacement jump from earlier, where we store vertical momentum through load. Again, unplugging the controller. And we got a very big jump there. Not as big as the last ones, but enough to skip about half of the rooftop section. Oh. Didn't mean to get hit there.
Here's another one.
Gonna collect 2 of these wheels right here, which there are 11, but we're only gonna collect 6 in this run, and I'm gonna get back to why that is later. Nice chat message. Dude, that's great. Good for you. Can we get some positivity in chat? Can we clean the chat? Alright, we're gonna... Thank you, Tone Dog. We're gonna go to rock bottom now. Seems to be where chat is at right now. But we're gonna grab 2 spatulas here. And we're gonna get them with some nice little damage boosts. Also, for the fans. Alright. Nice. I got the frame perfect jump there to extend the damage boost all the way over here. That's pretty sick. creatured because of being a gamer. Let's go. Alright, this next strat is pretty difficult. I'm not the best at it. It's another damage boost. I hope I get it in a couple of tries. Well, I missed it. Fuck. Oh, sorry. I mean flip. We're gonna get this eventually. This is kind of a thing with this game. It's very unforgiving. If you miss a strat, you usually have to reload the level and try again. Okay, nice. What was that, like third try? That's not too bad. I'm gonna jump down here to get a sock. Alright. Gonna go into Sand Mountain.
Sand Mountain Square.
Wah. Gonna grab another sock here. Kill this robot because he's really annoying. And yeah, again, this is one of those spongy spatulas, but we can just jump down here because we've disabled the hand. I'm doing sort of a risky strat here. Requires a frame perfect jump to get, so nice, first try. Let's go.
Let's go.
I've been good at 1 frames this run, like better than usual. Not that much of a gamer. Oops.
So that's
Yeah, now we're trading all our money for spatulas with Mr. Krabs. And after that,
quality craftsmanship, that is.
we're gonna enter Industrial Park
So that's
and get the final power-up, which is the Cruise Bubble. And after that, stuff's gonna get crazy. We're gonna see what cruise boosting is all about. And this boss fight, thankfully, is not as boring as the other one. But on the other hand, it's also a lot more dangerous. And I have lost a lot of runs to dying in this boss fight, which is really dumb. Yeah, for some reason, Squidward is here and frozen. But yeah, if we have some donations or want to talk about our charity, now's another great time.
Definitely, once again, this marathon is supporting Haven House Children's Hospice. Haven House provides around-the-clock care at our hospice, surrounded in beautiful grounds and woodland inn, Woodford Green. And through our outreach services in the home and local community, we provide daycare, overnight stays, end-of-life care, bereavement support, as well as life-enriching activities such as scenery, sensory play, music therapy,
and the robot is down. The robot
busy-
better change tactics and fast.
I don't know how to read some words sometimes.
That's okay.
We
We're just here
provide
to
care
game.
and support where and when our families need us. Hospice care does not mean that children is near to the end of their life. We are here from the time a devastating diagnosis is made to help the families have choice, quality of life, and to make the most of the precious time they have together. So make sure, if you have the money, to go and donate to this absolutely wonderful cause.
Yeah, please do. Alright, so we're in phase 2. What I'm doing here is called swing stalling. Basically, you can just stay up there with Sandy and just avoid all attacks from him.
That hot goo could melt anything.
Oh god, I just almost walked off. That felt like a dropped input. But yeah, also every time I hit one of these swingers, boxes get dropped from the ceiling, which I need to stand on, so doing this serves like a bunch of purposes.
And the robot is down. One more douse with that stuff.
I take this hit just because it interrupts his attack. Otherwise, you have to wait for it to be over.
And the robot is down.
Alright. Gonna wait a little bit to skip this cutscene because it's actually faster to do that. It has something to do with, like, when he attacks, and I think this was only found out, like, fairly recently. You know, before then, people were just mashing to skip the cutscene because that's what you do, but it's actually faster to wait a little bit. Oh, that's a terrible placement.
It looks like Spongebob has an opportunity here.
Yeah, you can sort of manipulate where he's gonna end up, but there's still, like, a lot of RNG involved. So by standing in, like, this very position, he's more likely to be in certain spots than others. In those, he's easier to hit.
And the robot is down. The robot better change tactics and fast.
Can I get an update on where I'm at on the timer?
37:16.
Alright, cool. Then, that's actually a decent pace for my standards.
I mean,
It's,
37:16. Did I say 36?
Robot is down.
No, you said 37, I think.
Okay, I'm just doubting myself. I am.
Alright.
Whatever.
I'm sorry.
So, now we get to Cruise Boost. And, this is what Cruise Boosting is. It looks like I just shoot at the wall, but because of what I'm doing, it basically doubles my movement speed. It constantly pushes you forward, so you can cross much larger gaps than you normally would be able to. And, that's how we're gonna move for the rest of the run, basically. So here we're just running out of bounds, running past the kelp caves, not kelp caves, jellyfish caves section, which is super slow to do, and there's like one sock in there, so there's no reason to go in there. But by doing this, we can just run past all of it. I'm gonna go back inbounds, grabbing this ledge. Oh, oops, that was unfortunate. I failed to hit the button. Say ahoy to Mr. Krabs. Yeah, if you're curious how cruise boosting works, basically, you may have noticed this before. Whenever you bowl, you like move forward slightly. And it's that movement that you capture by using the bubble bowl and the cruise bubble on the same frame. So the two major power-ups that we unlocked by doing the major boss fights, you know, together they allow us to just go really fast, and I think that's pretty cool. Also shoutouts to this dancing fish. Alright, now we're gonna fight the first boss of the game. But instead of, you know, waiting for the phases and everything, we can just hit him with a cruise bubble. And it takes like 10 seconds. Alright, so the whole, talk a bit about the lore. The plot of Jellyfish Fields is Squidward got stung and you have to get jelly from King Jellyfish to help his nose get better. Anyway, we're going to downtown now, and gonna collect some more wheels. Oh, oops. And, like I said earlier, there are 11 wheels, but we're only going to collect 6 of them. The reason for that is that we don't actually care about the wheels, we care about a glitch called collectible counter abuse. Oops, oh, that's very bad. Did not mean to get hit there. But yeah, collectible counter abuse, basically, different collectibles in different levels use the same memory address. And we have 6 wheels now. So, by loading into a different level and using the cruise bubble on the first frame of loading in, that counter will actually not update. And it gives us just enough time to trick that level into thinking that we collected everything. So it's pretty cool. I'm gonna do it in a second. After hitting this button from behind. And again, I'm gonna do the thing where I unplug my controller because it it makes these first frame inputs just so much easier. Okay, got it. So, you're meant to collect 6 artworks, but, you know, we collected 6 wheels instead. I hope that's fine for Mrs. Puff. No, oh god, okay, that was my bad. We're just gonna do some, you know, standard cruise boost platforming here. Collect some spatulas. Some socks as well. This part of the run is fairly, you know, fairly easy. I hope I don't die here. I died. Okay.
Ouch.
It's fairly easy, by the way. Okay. Need to improvise a little bit. That was bad. This jump is a little tricky, and I've been having trouble with it. But there is an easier strat, but I want to do this one. Yeah, another thing you might have noticed is that when I'm turning, it tends to look kind of awkward. Oh, that was awkward as well. Tends to look kind of awkward. And the reason for that is that when you're cruise boosting, not only are you being pushed forward, but your turning speed is also reduced to, I think, 10% of what it normally is. The reason for that is that, you know, when you're charging your bubble bowl shot, you know, it makes it a lot easier to aim it if your, like, turning isn't as sensitive. And that property does carry over into cruise boosting. Yeah, we're done with rock bottom. Gonna go into the Murmelair now. And I think I need this sock.
Checkers, the king of non-contact sports. Say hello to the bubble friend.
We're just gonna bash up here. And you can manipulate your camera a little bit to save a bit of time here, but it's a little bit risky, and I didn't want to have to do slow backup. Yeah, here I'm doing. Oh, I'm falling off. That's what I'm doing. That's another thing that's never happened to me before. Yeah, so I'm sequence breaking this level as well. Cruise boost here, hopefully. Okay, this is terrible. But it's alright, we're on good pace, so we can afford to mess up a bit. Okay. Now we're gonna try to climb this stone pillar here, which is a little tricky, but we made it. And now up here, this is, again, is the very end of the level. We're gonna, well, quote-unquote fight the prawn. No. It's meant to be sort of the finale of the Murmelair. But we're gonna go out of bounds. We're gonna clip through this wall, hopefully. Hopefully. There we go. And a lot of bosses in this game have these debug triggers left in the game, and the developers never thought anyone would be able to get to them. But we're speedrunners, so of course we can get to them. And that's the prawn boss fight. gonna hit one of these buttons here real quick. And then just, you know, some more of the usual cruise boost platforming. Oops. Yeah, see, this is what I meant. It's kind of awkward trying to turn while cruise boosting because your turning speed is so low. Oh, oops. Alright, I'm gonna go for a swag strat here. I'm gonna do it a couple times because it just looks really cool. I hope I get it. It is frame perfect.
Oh, you have been getting a lot of frame perfects.
That is true.
No pressure.
I do need to get the setup here. Come on. I want to get this. I want to show this off. Literally just wasting time here. Alright, I'm gonna do 3 more attempts. Let's go! Nice. So, that's known as a displacement bowl boost. Basically... Oh, and I just clipped in there. By bowling on the frame that you get pushed out on, you get, you know, an insane amount of speed. I'm really, really glad I got that. With how long my setup took, it definitely didn't save time, but, it's just cool to get. Alright, and that's the Murmur Layer. Now we're on to Sand Mountain. Swag Runner. On Sand Mountain, and we're gonna do another very difficult strat here. Well, first we're gonna mess up cruise boosting. Alright, we got the spatula, we're gonna grab a sock, and then we're gonna go into the third slide on Sand Mountain, and we're gonna attempt to skip all of it. Which is really difficult. It's like a 2-frame window. So hopefully I'll get it within a few tries.
I'm built.
And it's also a kind of precise setup. Nice! I got it! Dude, let's fucking go!
Yo.
So, we're just gonna fly, literally fly to the very end of the slide. Just gotta make sure not to fall off here. Okay. And not get hit. You know, I'm gonna play it safe. I'm just gonna hit these. You know, the faster strat is to get a cruise boost on that checkpoint, but if you mess it up, you can actually fall off. And if you fall off here, you have to reload the level and redo the strat. So, I'm not gonna risk that. I'm just happy I got it. Nice damage boost. That was completely intentional. Alright. We're now gonna go into Kelp Forest, which is... This might be the easiest level in the run. Because, again, we can just sequence break it, you know, we can go to the end of the level from the start. And there are basically no hard strats in here that I'm doing. But we're not gonna go to the end of the level right away. This was not very good platforming. We're just gonna stop by and say hi to Mrs. Puff, because we're gonna do CCA again, Collectible Account Reviews, so we're actually getting 2 spatulas out of those 6 wheels that we collected. First we're just running through the kelp woods to grab the spatula. And then we're gonna, you know, go back to downtown for just a second, and then warp back here, because all we need is the collectible counter. Nice. So again, we didn't find any of the lost campers, we just, you know, repurposed the wheels. I'm sure that's fine. Yeah, again, you know, just playing the level backwards, getting spatulas for doing nothing. If you've played this game as a kid, you might remember the kelp vine slide being really difficult. So you'll be delighted to hear that we're not going down the slide. We're just cheating. We're just activating the timer and then warping to the end of the slide.
Wow. Cheating, Kappa.
I don't think I've ever done this slide since I started running the game, so I'd probably fall off and be terribly bad at it. Just like I was as a kid.
Hey, kid.
Also, hey kid. Yeah, we're just gonna collect these 2 spatulas, and that's already kelp forest done. So, we got 7 out of the 8 spatulas in this level in, you know, just a few minutes. So now we're on to the final level around the Dutchman's Graveyard, which I am known to choke. It's not a fast cruise boost. So I'm gonna try my best not to die here. But it is a pretty unforgiving level if you make a mistake.
The graveyard.
Yeah, to close this hatch, just lowers the level of goo around us. And, oh yeah, this cage right there. We're actually not gonna get the spatula inside that cage, and that's for kind of a silly reason. There is a really easy strat to get it, and it's really fast as well, but it only works on NTSC, whereas I'm playing on PAL, and the physics are slightly different because the game runs on 50 FPS here instead of 60. So I can't do that strat, which is really annoying because it's very, very fast. And apparently, you know, from what everyone says, it's super easy, but I wouldn't know, because I've never played on NTSC. Say ahoy to Squidward. And now the final bungee spatula in the ring. Just gonna jump down here, miss it, and then jump into it. This little platforming section here can be a bit tricky. But we made it. Okay.
Ahoy!
I love the amount of times that people say ahoy to you in this game. Alright, so here, you had to activate those 4 cannons. And now we're gonna press this button, which you're not meant to do. This is the button that fires at the Dutchman's ship, but we haven't deactivated his lasers yet. However, you don't actually need to do that. Because just pressing the button unlocks the warp to the Flying Dutchman boss fight. So, you know, you're meant to be supposed to destroy the lasers, but you don't actually have to. Alright, so now we're on to the Flying Dutchman, but just like the prawn fight, we're not gonna do this fight. We're gonna jump into a debug trigger, which is located, you know, a bit high up, but you can just find the scenery. Oh, that sucks. Okay. No, okay, I fell all the way down. Alright, let me just warp. Alright, choking a little bit, but it's fine. I think we have a bit of time left before we go overestimate, don't we?
Yep, timer's at 103:40.
Alright, that's good. It's a little tricky. There we go. Okay. So that's the Dutchman fight. And now we're on to the final boss fight. We're just gonna trade in 20 socks with Patrick for 2 spatulas. And that gets us up to a total of 75. So, and now for the final boss, it has 2 phases. The first one has another debug trigger, which I'm gonna try to hit. Or well, I am gonna hit it. No matter what happens, I'm not doing fight casually. So we just gotta hit the robot twice. Fight him. Or well,
The
Acting robot.
better change tactics and fast.
And I missed it. But that's fine.
I
We can
guess
just try again.
SpongeBob won't be winning that way. Do-si-do and around
That wasn't
you
high
go.
enough.
That does it. SpongeBob is back in the fight.
That wasn't high enough either. I don't
guess
know
SpongeBob won't
why
be
that's
winning
happening.
that
I think I'm just
way.
not in the right spot.
Yikes! Looks
There we go. Okay. Now we're in the brain,
SpongeBob be
and
able to neutralize the giant
you know, for the
robot
last time this
brain?
run, there is a faster strat to do this, but it's very difficult. So I'm just doing it the,
That was a
you know,
doozy.
the easy, safe way. And time is actually coming up soon. We're gonna hit 3 fuses inside the brain. This is the first one. And time stops when the third one. I'm gonna count you down there.
Thank you.
This is number 2. And time stops in 3, 2, 1, time.
And time.
Alright,
106.26.
nice. I'll take it. That was a decent run. I'm happy with that. And, yeah, thanks for having me, FTLG. It's a great time, great cause, great marathon. Want to give shoutouts to the BFB community, the Simpsons Hit and Run community, and Haxington123, without whom I probably wouldn't be running here, so. A lot of cool people involved with this. And yeah. Again, if you want to run this game, there's a great tutorial on YouTube, and if you want to drop me a follow on Twitch, I stream this game a lot. On that sub 1 hour grind right now, so. Yeah, happy to see you in chat. But yeah, I think that's it.
Once again, that was SpongeBob SquarePants Bell for Bikini Bottom 80% by Cricket.
You'll destroy me.
Thank you
Stick
so
around.
much. Yeah.